Hey guys, Dan Sfera from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Once again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com, the best place online for clinical trials content in an authentic manner. It's time for some water cooler talk. I'm standing here in one of our clinics. I specifically chose a day that's not very busy in this particular clinic so that I can shoot tons of videos because we've got tons of things scheduled today. And I'm actually waiting for my co-host Don to come in, and we're going to shoot a couple of videos as well. But I got tons of questions from study participants saying, asking me how to find clinical trials. So there's a lot of ways that we haven't covered yet. And one of them is, believe it or not, I don't know why myself or Don have not mentioned this yet, Craigslist. Craigslist, as a clinical research site marketing director for South Coast Clinical Trials, I use Craigslist a lot. And each time I post, and which, by the way, if you want to find clinical trials on Craigslist, you want to go on the volunteers section of your city's Craigslist page. Volunteers section. I post there at least once a week, and I see so many clinical trial postings every day, every single day. There's clinical trial postings for asthma, diabetes, depression, you name it, it's there. You just got to check every single day. Haven't seen that many for cancer, but that doesn't mean that they're not there. But there certainly are lots of clinical trial postings there. And I don't know why, I'm sorry, I apologize for not mentioning it earlier. Craigslist is a fantastic place to search for clinical trials. In addition to, of course, like we mentioned, clinicaltrials.gov, CenterWatch, and some of these other niche online search engines. But definitely, for simplicity's sake, Craigslist is the best because it's local, so it's specific to you. You don't have to first find a study and then see if they're doing it in your area. You're already going to know on Craigslist that they're seeking specifically in your area or in your neighborhood. So for instance, here in Southern California, I post in the Los Angeles volunteers section and the Orange County volunteers section. And, because we're in a bigger market, we may see more clinical trial postings than what's the norm. But in every single city, and I've done my research, there's postings in the volunteer section for clinical trials every day, and I mean multiple postings. So definitely check out Craigslist under the volunteers section. Another thing, TV ads. Believe it or not, there's a lot of TV ads for clinical trials, especially during the day, during daytime TV. I think because it's cheaper, because it's not prime time, and they're also targeting people who may be at home for various reasons. Maybe they're ill, and so therefore they would be considered a good target for these clinical trial ads, or they're on disability. Maybe they can't work due to their illness or their medical condition, or whatever. I mean, whatever it may be, or a combination of the two. The cheaper rates because it's not prime time, and also they're targeting people who may not be able to work because of their illness. So for whatever reason, they like those daytime spots on TVs. I see lots of clinical trial ads when I'm at home for lunch or something. I turn on the TV and I see another ad. Those are local as well, so keep your eyes peeled. If you really want to join a study, you should try all of these things. Clinicaltrials.gov, online search engines, email myself or Don, but also check out Craigslist. TV ads, keep your eyes open. Radio, when you're driving around during the day, you hear lots of clinical trial radio ads. Also those periodicals, those free periodicals that circulate in your neighborhood. Here in Southern California, it's the Penny Saver. There's lots of clinical trial postings there. And at South Coast Clinical Trials, we rarely use the periodicals because, number one, I believe they're too expensive. But nonetheless, doing my research, there are lots of postings in those periodicals in the volunteers section as well. So there's a lot of different ways for you, if you're really interested in joining a clinical trial, to find out what's going on in your neighborhood. And like I said, don't limit yourself to one of these choices, but just kind of do your homework and use all of these tools that are available to you. But by far, and once again, I apologize for not mentioning it before, Craigslist volunteers section. Maybe it was just too obvious for me and I thought everyone knew that, but apparently not. So go to Craigslist and look in the volunteer section and check it every day, because you'll see new postings every day from different clinics. And like I said, they're all in your area, so you already know that they're being conducted in your neighborhood. And you can also call those clinics that post on Craigslist and ask them, hey, I saw your ad for hypertension, but do you also have studies for asthma? So you can always find out, if they have other things going on. At least you'll know what clinics are in your area, and then you can kind of call them and communicate with them on a one-to-one basis. Hopefully this helps, but definitely use Craigslist and a lot of other sources. There's plenty of tools out there for those of you who really want to find studies. So let me know if this helps. Let me know if you've used Craigslist before as a study participant. How did it work? And as a research professional, those of you working in the clinical trials industry, do you use Craigslist frequently to post for getting new study participants into your studies? How does it work? Let me know. It's Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.